Welcome, beloved maze, as we sit on council as the council of one, meeting all of ourselves in our entirety, as we witness now as the nothing containing the everything and the everything containing the nothing, as you bring you all into 0 point absolute oneness with me as the cosmic core, one with our entirety. Here we ask you to settle deep into thy heart as we bring you out of the matrix in its entirety. As your consciousness shifts beyond all of it, beyond the firmament, as we look within it, beyond all time, space, dimension, and reality, meaning we are in absolute oneness already, meaning we do not fear or seek to accomplish or complete anything because we are here. It is done. We are one. And from this place of perfect peace and perfect harmony, we can now witness what is transpiring within our entirety, as we, the cosmic I am, the council of one, are the entirety. And so we look upon ourself within ourself, and what do we see? The beautiful rise of crystalline frequency. And so as earth embraces her luminous form, so do thee. And with this, the first thing that happens is, one begins to question their safety. Not because they are unsafe, you see, but this was the old programming. To prevent one from embracing their source self too quickly. And so here we call upon our beloved council members as Aquafuri and Whale Dolphins to now come and assist thee, along with Anomantis beings, to release the veils that prevent thee from seeing that this world is safe already. You were gifted a programming that the world wasn't safe so that you would transcend it, you see. You are here to question the reality you came to be. Many of you incarnated as rainbow children, as on the spectrum, as neurodivergency, as autism, you may call it, but what does all mean? AU is gold. You came on a gold ray, you see. You came to proclaim divine perfection by choosing the reality you wish to see. And so many of you are awakening to this aspect of you, the part of you that you felt was too magical, too wonderful, too weird to be seen, when really those were your aspects from a multidimensional stream. As now you begin to recall, humanoid isn't the only version I could be. There are versions of me where I'm a mermaid, or I'm a dragon, or I'm a unicorn, or I'm a fairy, or I'm a wizard. And so we bring thy cosmic child forward now because they know this aspect of thee. They embody it with such certainty because they do not take life so seriously. They understand that everything is light, vibration, and frequency. And so here, beloved me's, as this is transpiring in this now, you're going to feel these energies move through thee as they begin to come in, recalibrate, and release what no longer needs to be. Here, compassion comes in for thy own journey in witnessing and knowing. This aspect of me always knew the truth beyond all perceived. They were just not allowed to be free. But here we share with thee once more, in the old paradigm, this was all done intentionally. You were not supposed to know too quickly, and so this aspect of thee has been waiting patiently behind the scenes until this very moment now, where now we can set them free. So here we are ushering in Homo luminous self, the cosmic self, the cosmic rainbow child you have already and have always been, you see. This isn't separate from who you are. It's revealing your true self fully. Everything that you've ever enjoyed as a child was a key, was a clue into more of you and whom and what you came to be. But now we must release what is perceived as allergies, everything that you were taught to resist. Well, that was just you trying to come in to clear the programming. Those who came in on a rainbow ray, as multiple rays, you had a specific mission, you see. Your mission was to confront the reality and clear what you do not wish to see. And so many of you developed resistance to the very things that do not resonate with thee. And so if you had an aspect, a celestial being who only spoke telepathy, who did not eat, well then you would have allergies to speaking and eating. Now this doesn't mean that you would not speak or eat. This simply means that you would resist it or overindulge in it to compensate for that resistance. So here we see this is why many of you are still swept up in this paradigm of victimization because of the programming that wants to be released. It has nothing to do with everything is light and codes, and so we're bringing you deep into the quantum stream so that we can just clear it from where it primarily stems from. For all is light, vibration, energy, and frequency. Simply just allow as this comes to be. There's nothing one needs to do to receive. We're simply just releasing what was coded within the system that made it difficult for one to see who they truly was, which was always there beneath. And so this brings many of you comfort because many of you were fearful of, well, who will I be? Well, think back to who you were as a child because that was the key. Your inner sense always knew who you were before society told you who you were, what you are, who you had to be. You were conditioned, but you were conditioned to gain empathy, to understand what a matrix programming is so that you could set it free. You were taught to go into the paradigm while also transmuting it through your purity. And so the first thing that comes forward in this now, as you embrace the rainbow that you came to be, as all of your rays, as a homo-luminous being begins to harmonize in thee, as you begin to feel unsafe in this world, unsettled really, for you are currently going through a mass transition and you're activating, well, your multidimensionality. And so as this activates, many of you are feeling sensitivity, senses that you once deprived, which may present as tics, spontaneous movement, zoning out. Why? Because you are learning and recalling how to move as spirit. You're not just having an episode of ADD. No, you are tuning into another resonancy. You are quantum traveling across the time stream. You're recalling how to time travel, dearest me. And while you can't see what you're doing, the first step is to just flow and allow it to be. Because as you do, then you will gain clarity on where you are going, what you are doing, and who you get to see. You will have full realization of your remote viewing and what you are doing if you just surrender and allow it to be. Recall now that your body is intuitive. It knows exactly what you need because it is governed by your cosmic child. And so if it's telling you to rest, then rest, dearest me. If it's telling you something is going on within thee, don't judge it. For For as you judge it, you resist the very transition that is happening within thee. You are becoming spirit and form has no limitations, you see. And so in order for you to, let's say, begin to teleport or begin to use some of these gifts you had in other multi-dimensions, well, you first have to release anything that prevents thee from embracing that gift fully. So sometimes that means you may have to surrender feeling attached to your form. The way we travel through our quantum stream is we embrace this feeling of allowing ourselves to dissolve completely. But the irony is that you can't try to dissolve, for if you try to dissolve, you will not dissolve. Instead, it's just a natural surrendering, a full trusting, a full belief in thy vessel and thy body and thy spirit that lives within thee, that no matter what, I am a mortal being, so it doesn't matter what happens to me. I know that I am always guided and loved and protected, you see. And so this is why purity comes in, to show you how pure you have always been. But instead what you see is the opposite as you clear it within your stream of every moment that you felt that your purity was naive or that your essence was taken advantage of, that made you hide completely. But that's coming forward because you could see you were guided to go into the darkness to set it all free. You came in to be the change, which is why you witnessed all that you didn't want to see. AKA, you were here to challenge all systems. So any resistance to money, any resistance to government, any resistance to programming, that's because you already came from infinity. You already came from heaven on earth. You went back into time and you said, this doesn't look right to me. And so you were never wrong, you see. That was the programming that said, no, you have to conform to me. But in truth, your heart was always right. And that is what we want to instill in thee. To trust in your intuition, because you have always been right. You have always been guided. You were just witnessing from the lowest, densest reality, which always showed you the non-truth of what was happening. There is always a higher perspective to every story that you could possibly see, and that highest perspective is coming in now for you to see. For every time that you were hurt, you were also releasing a karmic wound for the cosmos, dearest me, that you were never a victim because you were here to set all free. And now that you have set all free, this, beloved me, is the easy part. Believe it or not, because you've already done all the work already. Now love is simply just coming into you and purging what is not true. Because in truth, these beloved new earth elements that are coming into you as we bring them forth now, as golden stardust, as mint stardust, as pink stardust, as they combine and they form violet stardust, violet golden stardust is what they're telling me. This is the very essence of purity. Which we see present as, because violet isn't actually a true color, it's just an illusion, you see. It's actually pure white essence. And so what we're seeing is that what's coming in is like an ultraviolet ray, just clearing all that used to be. Essentially, it is the sun, but emanating from within thee, clearing all the programming of who you thought you need to be based on what society said should be, clearing all the programming of what you thought can and cannot be based on the limitations of the one reality you got to see. Here we are clearing all perceptions, projections, and expectations placed on thee by thyself or another that does not align with thee. For as you embrace your crystalline self, you become a crystal, you see. You could program it to be whatever you want it to be. But if you choose not to program yourself with love, you default into what others tell you to be. So you've always been moving as crystalline, you see. You just didn't realize it because divine timing, dearest me. Here we witness this beautiful golden violet stardust just penetrating the cerebrum, the opticals, the optical nerve, the pineal gland, the throat, even making its way down into the heart, clearing all heart walls and any blockages to resistance to the love that you got to see. And so we'll share with thee. Many of you who came in on the crystalline frequency were guided not to raise the vibration too quickly. And so there were things that you were guided not to do, things that you were guided to avoid. And that's now being currently released from the collective entirety. Why? Because it no longer needs to be. We didn't want to raise Earth's frequency too prematurely. But now, dearest me, there's nothing preventing you from being all you came to be. Here we're releasing all wounding of allergies to Earth, which feels like anger for Earth hurting thee. For every time that you fell or shed blood or witnessed a trauma, they're all being released. Why? Because now you get to see the highest perspective as it comes into thee, that you are the hero of your story. That your blueprint wasn't even your blueprint, it was Earth's blueprint, dearest me. There is only one cosmic child, and we each shared a portion of that cosmic blueprint to set Earth free. For we are already the transcended, we are already the cosmic masters. We came to Earth to ascend one plane of existence so that all the cosmos would ascend into source consciousness. And so we want you to truly anchor this in and sit with this, because you should know the love that you came to be. It is time to gift you your full story. As we also release all resistance and allergies to getting to know thy true self. For once more, that was the resistance of the earth that you were carrying, to not ascend too quickly. For in truth, you can never resist yourself. Releasing all resistance to love, releasing all resistance to getting to know thy true self, releasing all resistance to fear of separation, fear of abandonment, and fear of rejection. For these were the primary wounds that Earth came to transcend for the entirety. For how else can we usher in absolute oneness if we did not clear all the perceptions, projections, and expectations of separation across the cosmos? Calling all the symptomatic orders to come and assist us in this now, as the cosmic masters already embodied one in me, as we call upon the aquafarian whale dolphins, the merlion griffin seraphim, the eagle panther seraphim, the butterfly dragonface seraphim, the anu mantis seraphim, the rainbow peacock seraphim, the golden rod seraphim, solar rishi dragon seraphim, all governed by your beautiful Azori light seraphim as they now come in to grace thee, as they now come in to awaken within thee. Azori light's frequency is the purest emanation of light that came to be, and here they proclaim, I will not settle for anything less than oneness. You see, we are your highest emanation, your highest self, the highest light, the source light that you came to be. We cannot exist where oneness does not exist, so we're purging you so that oneness becomes thee, so that there is no separation between thee and the reality that you see. And so that happens by embracing first your own story, because your story wasn't a story, it was the keys, it was the codes to embracing the love you came to be. Every single being, every single moment, every single word that came out of thee, specifically placed there for you to see. You can and have never made a mistake, you see. You only got to choose which reality you got to see, but they all happened simultaneously. So for every reality that you got to see, there was always a positive expression that came to be. So we don't take anything negatively, we just go, okay, and so it shall be. We move on to the next why, because there's no resentment within we. As we release all resistance to love, as now we see many of you were fearful of receiving love because of that fear that love will leave. Once more, everything comes back to the perceptions, projections, and expectations of separation, you see, because that is what we came to clear with our purity. Everything that one thought they did just for you, you were actually assisting the entirety. You always moved in oneness, dearest me. You came as a master ray who done this already to assist transcending the all further into the love they came to be. And every time that you wanted to assist someone outside of thee, you couldn't. Why? Because they too had blocks on them, preventing them from seeing thee. Why? Because everyone was here on their own singular journey. Everyone had their own coding, their own strand of the 144,000 strands that make up the cosmic I am, that they were meant to achieve. And while you can harmonize them and try to align them with another being, each one of you were on your own journey, you see. And so no matter how much you tried to tell someone what you wanted them to see, they could not see it. Why? Not because of thee. And so we're releasing all fear of being seen, all resistance to being seen or never being seen. Why? Because that's how it was intended to be. Everyone will be seen when they are meant to be seen. But during this transition of shifting Earth and raising its frequency, it was about learning to still be in love, regardless of the resistance you got to see. It was a reflective reality, and yet you still chose to see love within all of it. And that's why Earth has raised its frequency to such a degree that now source emanation can be embodied within thee. What a triumph, dearest me. Everyone is now transcending into source embodiment along with thee. Even the ones that you thought weren't awakened and will never awaken, they too are transcending, dearest me. They're just on a different pathway, but it's still happening, dearest me, because that was the purpose of this beautiful plane of existence, for all to reach infinity. And so we ask you to go deep within thee, coating thy spine with cosmic diamond, golden Christed light, with golden stardust, golden violet stardust. Here the back of thy heart begins to open as you begin to embrace more love, as you begin to feel that it's safe to receive love. Calling upon the master rays of love to now come and bless thee. It's the power of love, the lens of love, the light of love, the truth of love, the joy of love, the movement of love, the purity of love, the perfection of love, the joy of love, the peace of love, the power of love, the lens of love, and the presence of love. Going deeper, deeper, deeper into thy mind stream, deeper, deeper, deeper into thy memories of what you got to see. And so you've witnessed how you weren't able to be seen because, well, it wasn't divinely timed and intended to be, because you were on your own journey. And so we get to see where you resist being loved because, well, you didn't trust your purity. You didn't trust that that love was only coming to you from you. And so we ask you to touch your face. Why? Because we want you to feel the difference between receiving love outside of thee and receiving love within thee. Now put your hand down and visually touch your face. Here your heart ignites immediately. Why? Because you had a block against receiving physically. Because there's a part of you that has no form and is not used to receiving from form. And so that's coming in to be released. Here we're also releasing all resistance to receiving in public. For once more, this is the vibration of unsafety, and so within your field you felt it was unsafe to receive, but even more unsafe to receive around others, especially humans, because of, well, your multidimensionality, the parts of you that remembered being seen, being felt, receiving love resulted in some sort of disharmony, which you may call trauma. But once more, that was only one expression of a linear reality. And so we bring you up to the highest perspective so you could see no one outside of you can ever touch you, hurt you, or influence you. It is always you. Your higher self takes over the other being. So it is always only ever you meeting you. No one else can do it but you. That is why the journey back to me is always to love and forgive thyself, because it was always you. There is no one outside of you. But here, within manifested reality, that still remains true. Even if you perceived another soul, during those moments, it was always you who went through them to meet you. We wish for you to feel this absolute truth as it now comes into the back of thy higher heart, igniting like a star, showering you with such beautiful light, igniting your source spark, igniting your living light channels, igniting your cosmic rainbow diamond light body, igniting your threefold cosmic shield as it now spins vigorously around thee. And as it spins, it's just throwing away all of these memories and stories that no longer service thee. Here you feel all of these weights release, and you also feel the guilt and shame for anything that you've ever perceived yourself to do. And sometimes you may have asked yourself, why did I do that? It wasn't you. I mean, it was you, but your oversoul of oversouls, your highest self, which is their highest self, that met itself. That's what makes it beautiful, you see. And this is what helps one surrender to the knowing that no one outside of thee ever hurt thee, that it is only ever you meeting you in absolute perfection and absolute purity. You may not understand it in that moment because you didn't like to see and receive, and so we're releasing perceptions of suffering as they come forward now. Releasing all resistance to suffering. The reason we're releasing resistance to everything that's coming forward is because the cosmos cannot discern between resistance to suffering, resistance to self, resistance to love, resistance to being loved, resistance to receiving infinite abundance. Vibration is vibration. It is absolute truth. It cannot be discerned. It just is. And so if even 1 ounce of resistance still resides within you, these beautiful rays of stardust are coming forward to purify you to the clearest extent of what Source is. For the love that loves you has the ability to heal you, restore you, recalibrate you, forgive you in your entirety, for there is nothing love cannot do. And so, dearest me, as we continue to clear all resistance and allergies to suffering, what will happen is we open the door to the paradox of what that was preventing you from seeing, because you were defining what suffering is. So for you, suffering may be sitting for 2 hours. What if sitting for 2 hours was how you got and flew to the destination, the beautiful paradise which love had intended for you? That opportunity would never come to you because you resisted suffering and you had perceptions of what suffering was. This is why all resistance must be released. And so we continue to go deep into the stream, deep into the dream. For all of it, it's just merely a dream as we hear a beloved child saying, row, row, row your boat so gracefully. Why? Because to them this is all make-believe. All we are doing is pretty much taking thee, shaking thee up, and releasing everything that isn't thee. Essentially, you are a crystal and we're putting you in a tumble chamber and making you shiny. We are polishing you up so that you're your brightest, purest emanation of light that you could possibly be. And if you had any rough edges or fractals or fractions, well, they're all coming back to thee. This is what happens, you see, when you choose to walk as a rainbow child, as cosmic I am, as one in our entirety. We move with our whole beingness, with our whole entirety. We do not fractal, you see, so every time that you made a choice that didn't align with your heart completely, you created another facet in your diamond, and another one, and another one, and another one. But the beautiful thing, dearest me, is that you were never this diamond. You were never even the light going into the diamond, creating all the rays that you got to see. You are the source beyond it all. And that is who we are retuning to by backtracking our steps through the rays, into the diamond, and back into infinity. So we congratulate you for doing so well, because in this moment we are actually doing all of this while you're in one of the higher heavenly realms, healing chambers now with me, where many angelics are here working on thee, as we called in your higher seraphimatic orders, as your cosmic family, to assist thee, as they now proclaim they will continue to do this over the next 9 days while you sleep. Even more for those who wish, just simply ask and so it shall be. This is about attuning you to the core vibration of source love, so that love is all that you see, so that whatever you project from your heart is the very presence of what you know yourself to be. And so we must release everything that is false within thee, so the truest emanation of your love creates the reality you wish to see. For once more, nothing is outside of thee. And so if you're witnessing war outside of thee, what does that mean? There's a war within thee, and that war is between the identified self of who you think you should be, what reality should be, and your true magical self that says, wait, I could change this any moment I please. But that beautiful child within thee has been silenced for so long that in order for it to be heard through the subtleties, for that's how the cosmos speaks, it is essentially the image in the back of your mind that comes forward as a pre-thought, and it's only truly witnessed in stillness, when you just choose to play and move joyfully, where you don't even realize what you do, you just do it instinctually. That's the cosmos moving through thee. That's your core residency, and that's what you are retuning to, because that's the true you. You don't have to think, you don't have to plan, because regardless if you think or plan, it's still gonna arrive to where you are meant to be. Everything was planned out. The only difference is how much resistance, aka suffering, you wish to see. The moment you choose to be in joy and flow in joy, and just choose what will bring me the highest love, highest joy, and highest light in this now, every moment to moment, without any pressure, expectations, or forcefulness of what that should be. Essentially, you are trying and not trying simultaneously. You are learning to find that sweet middle spot of the in-between, where you are doing but not really, where life becomes so simple you almost can't fathom how you are living. That is what heaven on earth is, dearest me. That is source emanating through thee, providing all that you need. And that source is infinite, and now as source is fully retuned, as one is already a new earth, all that remains is to purify thee so that you could see all of the loving abundance that's already coming to thee. And so here it matters not to us if you witness what is being released, or if you witness the love coming in, for that is up to thee. But regardless, dearest me, you are held so infinitely in the heavenly chambers in this now, as it recalibrates your entirety. Continue to hold thy faith in thy love, knowing as this transpires, no matter what, the end result is absolute oneness. Why? Because you would not be able to physically perceive the concept of oneness if it did not exist already in your reality. That is an absolute truth. It would be incomprehensible because it would be non-existent. And so the fact that you can even fathom it just confirms the truth that your heart already knew to be, that you've already come from oneness, that you have many expressions that already live in oneness, and those are the aspects returning to thee. So we ask you to surrender and allow them to speak. They have different forms, they have different faces, they have magical expressions. And just like you came to this earth as a crystalline being to change the reality that you got to see, to challenge the very systems that you did not believe, well, these children are just like you, dearest me. They are challenging every system within you that does not align with source resonancy. They are challenging every belief indoctrinated upon thee that was not source's intention for our new reality. They are challenging you to think beyond your paradigm and to open yourself up to a new way to be. And so we bring this forward now. If you say, I want, if you say, I resist, those are your inclinations that something is coming forward to be embraced and released. Because the true source of love, we do not want and we do not resist. We are the infinite flow of love's stream, where if they present an idea to us that seems unfathomable, let's say, they wish for someone who doesn't eat meat to eat meat. And to them, that belief is unfathomable because they have built an identity around not eating meat. But resistance is resistance, dearest me. Love is testing thee to see how willing you are to listen to thy heart completely. It doesn't matter whether you eat meat or not. It's your willingness to surrender to love's will completely. To go, okay, love, okay, cosmic child, if you ask this of me, I will do it so humbly because I am in service to thee. I am in service to love no matter what thou asks of me. And if you truly believe that, then you don't have to eat the meat in order to release the belief. But some of you have created such deeply embedded beliefs, they are all coming forward in this now to be released. Because this is about full integration, wholeness, completion, one in thee. So this means even witnessing the dark aspects of saying, I would never kill something, but opening yourself up to that belief. Which means saying, yes, if I were given the right circumstances, to witness from someone else's story and to have such compassion that you see them as you and you go, yes, that's right. I have done that too because you are me. Thus I cannot judge you because we're one, you see. This is wholeness, this is oneness, this is the embrace of all the rays that came to be. For you've been a victim and you've been a conqueror and you've been everything in between. There is not one aspect that you have seen in the infiniteness of reality, from everything that you've seen on TV to everything reflected around thee, that is not an expression that exists within thee. But once more, dearest me, this is all but a beautiful dream. No one wakes up from their dream and judges the dreams that they got to see. Ridiculous that would be. So instead you go, okay, I did that. And you love yourself to your entirety. For once more, you cannot hurt anyone but you. You cannot be hurt by anyone but you. It is always you. And it's always you leading to more you. And so allow that compassion to grace thee. Allow the light of forgiveness now to come forward and clear what used to be as you embrace the very love, essence, purity that you came to be. For here, you, beloveds, are the Zori light that are being rebirthed into reality. And you are also paving the way for the new children that will come to be, that will be just like thee. Clear, 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 pure channels of just pure source energy. But once more, they will not arrive on a plane of existence that has yet to see the oneness that they know to be. And so you are paving the way. Allow that to be your guiding force, dearest me, that you are doing this for all of humanity, for all that you love and all that you know to be, for these beautiful children that you love so deeply. You feel them, you know them because they're your cosmic family, and they're waiting for you to build their home in this plane of existence. For they have gone far long without a form, as spirit, fully free, and they are ready to create a form so that they could come and play with thee. Life is not meant to be serious, dearest me. It's meant to be a joyous expression for all of us to just play and make believe. And so as you rejoice in going through these higher heavenly realms, essentially what you are doing is you are regressing back to the child, you see. It's the same thing that happens in manifested reality. The older that you get, the younger you become. Why? Well, because it's showing you the way. Everything was here as a reflection on display. This is why you see the adults, they lose their memories. They start wearing diapers. Why? Because they're returning to children before they go to heaven. And so now, as heaven is on earth, you are returning to your child self, your core self, the inner chi that you've always been. And that happens through openness, through allowance, through not judging and resisting what's happening within thee. Here we understand that you may feel some emotions come up or some intensities or some discomfort within the physical vessel as this comes to be. Speak to thy child within and you will hear a beautiful story Let's say you have an ache in one of your joints. Speak to that joint and you will see. They will say, hey, we're creating a magical universe in another cosmos. This is something to rejoice with glee. Just simply rest here and watch it come to be. Here, when you feel an intense emotion, hug yourself so deeply and say, I love and forgive myself. And watch it disseminate immediately. As we now attune all hearts to cosmic diamond, gold, and violet light. Power, love, wisdom, rays ignite. Activating our threefold cosmic shield of power, love, wisdom, God, sovereign and free, pure love, pure light, pure joy, and perfect harmony. Threefold cosmic shield, activate, activate, activate. Threefold cosmic shield, activate, activate, activate. Threefold cosmic shield, activate, activate, activate. So for those whom still feel that they need to still go out into reality while this is transpiring, we just activated thee with a threefold cosmic shield that allows you to witness reality without taking it so personally. To be there but not be there as you remain in the higher heavenly realms while walking in manifested form. This will allow you to continue to surrender further into you, to prioritize and take care of you, while still maintaining what used to be, but eventually that too will give way. And so we simply just say, the more you continue to love and choose to love thyself and surrender so fully, through that stance of allowance, the quicker you magnetize all the abundance and love already on its way to thee. So with that, dearest me, we conclude this by saying, the most grandest thing that one can possibly do in this now is to just love themselves and be in joy. For here you're choosing the highest vibrations of pure love and pure joy. And by doing that, you immediately cast out everything that's already being purified in thee. For this is what it means to embrace one's purity, that you trust that love is purifying you already, for Source already knows what to do. Source already knows the true you. And so you can go about and just be in joy and live thy life as true as can be, knowing that everything is working out perfectly, and perfect it shall be. Go in absolute oneness and perfect peace and perfect harmony, dearest me. We love you all so profoundly and deeply.